Alrighty, let's get started. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Adapt and Conquer, a functional fitness workout part of the 2020 Angel City Virtual Games presented by the Hartford. Finally, I'd like to take this moment to thank the incredible sponsors who made this event possible. First, a huge thank you to the Hartford, the presenting sponsor of the 2020 Angel City Virtual Games. And of course, thanks to our amazing friend, Performax. Now I'd like to hand it off to the amazing Tom Miazga, a Paralympic swimmer and the 2018-2019 WheelWOD CrossFit Games Champion, making him the fittest, seatest man on earth. Take it away, Tom.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Woo-hoo. Awesome, guys. I am so excited to be here. This is going to be a great time together. I'm excited to get a little sweat on and help you learn a little bit more about maybe what functional fitness and CrossFit is like, especially coming from the adaptive world, and give you a little sneak peek on swimming. Join me again in 3 weeks as I'll be a part of week 3 with the swimming portion. So it'll be awesome. As I was introduced, my name is Tom Miazga. I'm coming to you from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I am, as was mentioned, a former Paralympic swimmer and turned CrossFitter. Swimming was a huge part of my life and still is a part of my life for many years, especially growing up. It was the one sport where I felt like everything about me was normal, and I almost felt like a superhero because I felt like I could achieve anything in the water. I was born with cerebral palsy, specifically spastic diplegia. So I can get up, I can walk around. I did walk for a good majority of my life, and I still do, but only more for short distances at this point. I do have this fancy dancy wheelchair right here. I'm excited to show this off to you. But I had my last surgery when I was in about 3rd grade. It did a lot of great work for me, helped lengthen out my muscles and loosen them up a little bit so I could be more agile on my feet. But as I've gotten older and busier, the chair has kind of been the easy way for me to get around. I've been very fortunate to find CrossFit and adaptive sports. I guess about three years ago is when I found CrossFit, and I found Paralympic swimming when I was back in high school. So when I was very young, I really didn't have an outlet where I felt like as an adaptive athlete, I had a place I could call home. I was always having to work really hard against my able-bodied friends at recess, or try and play sports with able-bodied friends that run their jump or skip so much better than me. And while, I did it and I made it work, I'm so excited to be here to show you some of the ways I've learned to be adaptive, make it happen for me, and then hopefully make it happen for you in your communities and bring that education to you as well. It's going to be a great time. So I am so excited. I will have a few minutes at the end to answer some questions if you have anything you want to know. Like I said, we'll talk a lot about swimming in a couple of weeks, but today is more of that CrossFit functional fitness lifestyle. So I'm ready when you are, and let's get at it. So before we start, I want to talk to you about my wheelchair a little bit. I am so excited to be here today with Performax. Performax makes competitive brand wheelchairs. They specifically outfit for the U.S. Paralympic basketball team. I was fortunate enough to meet them back in Orlando of 2018. I was down there for a competition in CrossFit. Ran into the CEO, Chris Comer there, got introduced to the whole entire family, and they are the best people out there. They have gotten me hooked up with this fantastic chair. It is built exactly to my measurements. It is fit for my lifestyle, both the CrossFit life and my daily life, and I have never had a chair like this. It is incredible. So the best thing about it is it's fit exactly to my size. The wheels are nice and snug with my my push. I used to have a little bit of a boxier wheelchair, which kind of made me not feel as comfortable and work my back a little bit too much. My posture has increased tremendously. And the best thing about this chair for me and my CrossFit lifestyle is that it is one giant connected frame. In the past, I've had wheelchairs where the front was connecting the front wheels, and then there's a different unit connecting the back, and it made it very tippy. This wheelchair, I can lean forward and backwards without fearing of tipping, whether I'm throwing weights over my head or I'm rolling really fast. It's fantastic. So if you haven't heard of Performax, I'm happy to help you get set up. This chair has changed my life in every facet. I think one of the things about being an adaptive athlete, especially in the CrossFit world, is that it can be a little intimidating about where to start. All right. Oftentimes you don't know what works for you and how are people going to make it happen for you. And let me tell you, all you got to do is show up. All right. Especially in the CrossFit world, CrossFit is built for everyone. It is meant to be adapted and modified and scaled for every single person that comes through the door, whether they're 85, they're 16, or they're like myself, who isn't very good on their feet. As I've gotten more and more involved in CrossFit, I'm happy to announce I've been a huge part of WheelWOD and the adaptive WheelWOD CrossFit organization for 3-4 years now. As was mentioned, I have been fortunate enough to win the games the last 2 years. And while we didn't have the games, I can say I'm still the current fittest seated man on earth. So we hope we can get back to action in 2021. But regardless, today I'm excited to show you what it's like to be a seated athlete and how we can take a able-bodied workout and scale it or adapt it or modify it to meet the needs of a seated athlete. I can give you some standing upper or lower impairment scales as well. But today we're really going to be driven about that seated lifestyle. So with that being said, I'm going to explain to you what we're going to be doing today. All right. I've got a little bit of equipment back here that I'm going to use today, but there are things that you can use in your house. I see a lot of us are at home right now that we can just pull out of the cupboard. We can pull up from the garage that we can use to make this work the same way. All right. So one of the most important things about being in a wheelchair is being able to use it efficiently, right? And being able to get around things quickly. I can't tell you the number of times a day that I have to try and go over curbs, or I have to try and get through tight doorways, or have to maneuver my chair in a way that's more than just straight or backwards. What we're going to do today is called a fancy little thing called a U-turn. All right. So if we were in a gym such as this, here I am here at my CrossFit gym, we would maybe have our able-bodied athletes do what we call a box jump, simply jumping off the ground, jumping on top of the box, where myself or a seated athlete would do what we call a U-turn. So U-turn is going to take you to one side of a box. We're going to wheel backwards like we're pulling out of a parking lot, spin around, and come back to the other side. Again, that quick spin, that quick little transfer is a movement I can't even count how many times I use a day, right? But the better we get at it, the quicker we get at it, the more efficient we are with our wheelchair, all right? The next movement we're going to do is very much focused on a pull, all right? When we think about using a wheelchair, it's all driven through our core and our shoulders, right? So it's really important that we realize we use a push and a pull movement with every single stride we take in our wheelchair. So we're going to do what we call a dumbbell snatch today. Now, if you don't have a dumbbell like this one here, you can use a soup can, you can use a book, you can use a weighted backpack, whatever you've got at home, it'll work in the same facet. I'm going to take this dumbbell from my lap and with one hand, grab right down the middle, and I'm going to drive my elbow really high up, and I'm going to work to pull that weight all the way over my head. Nice and tight where I'm locking my hand right out over my shoulder on top, okay? Gently bringing it back down to my lap, and then switching hands. Again, this pull and this lift up into the air is something that we do all the time, right? Whether it's getting something out of a cupboard, whether it's reaching to put something in the trunk, we're going to use that lift and that press very often. So this is a great movement for not only strength, but coordination and just preventive injury as well. Next movement is a very, very important one because it's going to ask you to be very adaptable. Some of the most important things about being in the wheelchair are not only being able to use it, but being able to efficiently get in and out of it on your own, right? There's going to be times where I live in Wisconsin and we get more snow than I care to share in the winter months. And I may not see curbs every once in a while. They could be covered. I can hit that curb and spill right out. Trust me, it's happened more than once. Regardless, I have to know how to get back into my chair, how to use my body well, and be able to work with my chair to get back into it. Now, I know that may not be something that everybody out there can do, right? We have different limitations. We have different abilities. But if we can find some way to make that happen, we're going to be a lot more successful independently. I think that's one of the greatest things that I've learned over my years is if I'm in a situation by myself, do I know how to handle it? And I've been able to take those situations, try my best to figure out what works and make those modifications so that it does. So that next move is going to ask me to get out of my chair, and we're going to do a bit of a press motion where we're going to do a dip. Now, I'm using an 18-inch box here, which is pretty close to the height of my seat of my chair, but using a bench, using a dining room chair, using the couch, whatever you've got around you could totally work as well. So like I said, I have the ability to stand up. It's kind of cool, right? I can easily transfer in and out of my chair, but I'm going to sit on this box. I'm going to put my feet out in front of me, and now I'm resting all of my weight through my shoulders and my wrists, and I'm going to do some box dips, just like this, okay? Working and getting that 90-degree bend and extending all the way to the top. If I were in the CrossFit gym, a lot of able-bodied athletes would be doing an air squat, where they're just simply squatting up and down. That motion with their legs is the exact same thing we would do with our arms. So if I were coming in to do a class, that's a great way to adapt for a seated athlete. All right. And the last movement we're going to be working on today is called a Russian twist. And the Russian twist is going to be driving through the core. And I'll tell you, to be sitting upright and being able to maneuver well in a wheelchair takes a lot of core strength. All right. So what I'm using today is this big old medicine ball here. It's a 14-pound ball. But again, you can use some books. You can use a weighted backpack. You can use a water jug. Whatever you've got at home that's going to add a little bit of weight is going to help cue in those side abs we call our obliques while we do this movement. From a seated position, all I'm going to do is take this ball and I'm going to work on twisting my whole upper body and going from wheel, boom, to wheel. All right. The thing with this one is it's going to be very easy just to try and rotate your shoulders, but that doesn't really work your abs down here. We got to hold on to that ball and feel the whole upper body engage while we do this movement. All right. So what I like about this workout is that it's going to give you a little bit of taste of everything that we would do as an seated athlete, right? Some movements that we need every single day, some ways to modify when you're joining an able-bodied class, and make sure you get the same stimulus that everyone else in the class is getting. So now let's talk about how this workout's going to run. We're going to do a total of 6 rounds of work, and every 2.5 minutes is when we're going to start again. So if I finish this entire round that I'm going to show you in 1 minute, I get 1.5 minutes to rest before we do it again. All right. The first movement we're going to do is that fancy U-turn. All right. If you're an able-bodied athlete, you can go ahead and do a box jump, or you can go ahead and do a step up, just stepping up to something higher. Doesn't have to be 18 inches by any means. It can be whatever height you've got around. We're going to do 5 of those U-turns. Then we're going to grab that dumbbell or that weighted object that we have at home, and we're going to do 10 dumbbell snatches, right? And we're going to do 5 on each arm. So I'm going to switch hands every single rep, all right? So recapping, 5 U-turns, 10 dumbbell snatches. Then I'm going to hop out of that chair. We're going to do those box dips. We're going to do 15 box dips. So you see the pattern coming. We're going 5, 10, 15, and we're going to finish by grabbing that object one more time, or the different object, and we're going to do 20 Russian twists, meaning I'm going to tap each wheel 10 times. 1, 2, 3, and so forth. I should put my brakes on, right? So 5 U-turns, 10 dumbbell snatches, 15 dips, and 20 Russian twists. I'm thinking this movement's going to take us about 1.5 minutes, 1 minute and 45 seconds. So every round, we should get right around 1 minute to 45 seconds to rest before we do it again. All right? I've got a watch running over here by me. I'll be nice and loud. I'll be screaming with you, telling you when to go, keeping you pumped up. Hopefully we'll all get a nice little sweat. It's nice and hot in Wisconsin today, so it makes it a little bit easier. All right? Before we get started, does anybody have any questions about any of the movements, about anything that's going on here today? Let's take a minute and chat it out. I put it in a gallery here, make sure I can see everybody. All right, no, we're feeling good. I'm happy to help you modify or adapt any other movements as we need to, right? We can make this happen for everybody. That's what I love about being a coach. Everybody has an opportunity, and we should all make sure we get a chance to share that. All right, cool. Well, I'm ready to work out. I'm all hyped up. I'm juiced up. Let's do this. All right, I'm going to get my clock starting. I'm going to give us about 30 seconds until we start our first round. All right. Something kind of cool too. I have this awesome 5th wheel for my wheelchair that I'm going to put in here so that I don't tip backwards when I'm lifting weights, especially with that dumbbell. This is going to keep me nice and stable. And normally while I'd have a coach holding on to me, right now I don't need one. So it's kind of nice. It gives me that extra support. And that's been a huge change for my life in the gym. All right. So keep going here about 15 seconds. My clock is running. We're going to start with those 5 U-turns. We're going into 10 snatches, 1 each arm, 15 dips, and 20 Russian twists. All right, guys, here we go. In 3, 2, ready, let's go. Here we go, first round. Let's get into it. Come on, come on. Four and 5. There it is. Grab that dumbbell right away. Here we go. Dumbbell snatches. This is a movement we do quite a bit in CrossFit. There's a lot in the seated world. We use it with a barbell. We use it with dumbbells. We use it with kettlebells. Any kind of weight, they put us to the test. That's 8, 9, and 10. There we go. Awesome. Let's hop out of that chair. We're going to go into our 15 dips. Here we go. Now with that box dip, if you can bring your feet closer to you, it'll give you a little more support, make it a little bit easier. The further your feet are out, the harder it gets. Good job. There's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. Hopping back in that chair. Here we go. Here we go. And we're doing our Russian twist. Here we go. $12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Whew. All right, that round took me 1 minute and 26 seconds. So if you're working out with me, good job. Let's stay with it. I'm already out of breath. Oh, no. Oh, we're in for a long haul here. Whew. All right. Awesome, awesome. So now whenever we do a CrossFit workout like this style, especially where we're trying to do it for multiple rounds, our goal is to try and stay consistent and making sure that we achieve the same time or close to it every single round. One of the most important things, though, is that intensity breeds progress, right? So the harder we can push ourselves, the better we're going to get. So every round is like a new opportunity, and we just got to take advantage and just go for it. All right? Cool. Here we go. We got about 15 seconds. 15 seconds. So we go for round number 2. Let's see if we can do it a little bit better this time. Be a little bit faster. All right? Some of it comes down to transitioning fast. So make sure you're nice and smooth. Here we go. In 3, 2, ready, round 2. Come on, guys. Here we go. If you're working out with me, let's get at it. Come on, come on. All right, there's 5. Grab that dumbbell. Hopefully you're a couple seconds ahead. Come on, here we go. Whew. Nine. There's 10. All right, moving on to those dips. Here we go. Here we go. Keep it steady. 1, 2, 3. See if you can do each movement without having to stop. That's going to really give you the best benefit of this workout. Come on, keep pushing through here with me. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Woo! There we go. Oh, rookie mistake. I pushed my ball away. There we go. Here we go. Russian twist time. Come on, use those abs. Turn that whole upper body for me, not just the shoulders. There you go. $20. Woo! All right. That was 127, so I was right on pace. That's awesome. Stayed right with it. Now I'm going to see if I can keep all of them under 1:30. That would be a really good goal today. When you think about adaptive CrossFit and in the competing life, you maybe won't see a workout quite like this where we're resting so long in between. We do a lot of things for time where we just keep going to get it done as fast as we can, or we have a certain amount of time to work and we see how many reps we can get done or how heavy we can lift something. There's a lot of different ways to do workouts, which is awesome because it keeps your body fresh, expecting something new every day, and that's how you find the best progress. If you keep doing the same thing every single day, your body gets used to it, and then at some point it doesn't work anymore. It's not very beneficial. That's what I love about CrossFit. It keeps you guessing and something new every single day. Yes, absolutely. Thank you to our medical staff. Make sure you stay hydrated right now, right? Like I said, it's hot here. It's getting toasty. I'm already getting a little bit of sweat going on. So stay hydrated so you can keep moving. We got round 3 coming here in about 3, 2, ready. Let's go. Here we go. Round 3. Come on. We're almost halfway. We got to keep fighting here. Remember, every round is just as important. So give it your all every time. All right. There's 5. Here we go. Grabbing that dumbbell, driving that elbow nice and high, locking that hand out over the shoulder. Boom. Here we go. There's 4. I see some people working out. This is good. This is good. I like it, Matthew. Keep it up, buddy. 9, 10, 10. There we go. Got to hop out of that chair. If you're somebody that has trouble getting out of your chair, you can certainly just hold on to the wheels and try and extend your arms in the same fashion I am right now. It's going to give you the same little pump through your triceps, those muscles in the back upper part of your arm. Good job. Keep it up. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Woo! This feels like a good round. I like where I'm at. I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Feeling good. Here we go. $19, $20. Whew. There we go. Awesome. 127 again. I'll take it. You might have noticed at that time that I didn't put my brakes on my wheelchair, because actually I used my hips to help me control a little bit on that Russian twist and add a little extra spice. That was good. All right, we're halfway though. We're halfway done. We're looking good. We got about 35 seconds till we go into round number 4. All right, we know what it feels like now. We know how it goes, and now we just got to make sure that we push that just as hard as we did in round 1. Yes. Sorry. I know reps are kind of hard to follow along with. I will count every single rep I do here for you, making sure we are staying together. That's something I love. I love pushing myself pretty hard, and I can get in that zone pretty fast. So my apologies. All right, we got about 10 seconds. Here comes round number 4. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, ready, round 4. Here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, onto that dumbbell. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Let's hop out of that chair, grab that bench, grab that chair, whatever you got. Dip time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Woo! There we go. Those are some of my favorite movements right there. All right, Russian twist. Grab that ball, grab that object, get that whole body going. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uh-oh. Mistake. Put the brakes on. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Woo! Ooh, that one got me. That one got me tired. Good job, you guys. 4 down. 4 down, 2 to go. We're doing a great job. All right, I see some sweaty faces up there. I know Caitlin's crushing it up there. She's doing a fantastic job. Awesome. I got to peek through here and see what else people are doing. All right. I think Clarice is there. Audra and Helen, you guys are doing great. Daniel, I love it, man. Rosanna, keep going, you guys. All right, we got about 30 seconds here. Coming up on round number 5. All right, 2 to go. Let's stay tough as we try and finish. All right. Don't be afraid to push yourself. It's okay to get better today, right? Hydration all the way. Yep. Follow Jen, take a drink. Now's a really good time to grab a drink. We got about 15 seconds till we go. If it gets uncomfortable, that's okay. That's your body learning how to do something new and get used to it. That's how we get better. That's how we grow. All right, we got 5 seconds. Round number 5. In 3, 2, ready, let's go. Come on, round 5. What do you got here? Show me what you got. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. Nice job. Grab that dumbbell. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go. There you go. All right. On to those dips. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. Here we go. Nice and smooth. Back into the chair. Here we go. Brakes are on. Russian twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Woo! Woo! That one felt good. I like that. That's good momentum for the last round here. All right. Grab a drink. Stay hydrated. You can see it. I'm sweating. It's up there. I promise. All right, guys. Stay tough. One more round, huh? Make sure you get yourself up to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Come check out my gym, Adapt and Conquer CrossFit. I'd love to have you here. We will make it your place. We'll make it your home. Come on up. Let's have some fun together, all right? We got about 30 seconds. My clock went dark. All right, 30 seconds. What is this? I'm up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm about 90 minutes north of Chicago, Illinois.
Okay,
Yep.
I'm looking there.
Milwaukee. All right, last round, you guys. We got to be tough. We got 15 seconds till we go. This is that round where we just got to give everything else we got left. All right? Put it all into the workout. Let's make the best effort we can. Whew, I'm ready. It's like I'm back at the games. Here we go in 5 seconds. In 3, 2, ready, let's go. Last round. Come on. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. All right. Dumbbell right away, right away. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There it is. Put that on the ground. I don't need it at all. Here we go. Out of the chair, onto the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Whew. Big pop. Here we go. Here we go. Last set. Last set. Come on. You got to want it here. This is where you got to put your head down and do what's best for you. Come on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, 125. Fastest round of the day right there. Whew. That's how you finish, with your best effort. Awesome. Hey, go ahead. Take a quick second. Grab your heart rate, right? Right on the side of your throat there. Okay. Feel that nice pulse. Hopefully it's singing. Mine is pumping right now. I can tell you that I'm above that threshold level, or that level where I feel comfortable and I'm getting myself uncomfortable and getting faster and better, right? That's good. We want to be there every once in a while. Once a day is going to make your life so much better. Whew. Awesome. Hey, Air Fives all around, right? COVID or not, we're still a team. We're a community. We're doing this together, right? You guys are fantastic. I love it. Thank you so much for joining in on that workout. Hope you got something good out of it. But even better now, let's educate, let's learn together. Let's meet and greet. I would love to hear your questions. I think I missed a few there while we were working out, but let me go scroll up our chat box a little bit. If you have questions, please ask away. Ask away. Let's do it. Whew. All right. You guys are awesome. Great job. Yep, staying hydrated. If you have any questions, let me know. Let's talk it out. I'd love to answer anything, help you out with anything.
How would you recommend people decide what weight to start with for some of the weighted activities?
That's a great question. Now, if you're on your own, right, you always want to start light. Never go too heavy to start out, because we want to make technique and the movement its foundation as the purpose, right? So we don't want to try and just throw big weights and just pretend like we know what we're doing. You want to start light, make sure the movement's happening smoothly, right? and make sure you feel comfortable there. Okay? Awesome. Good question. Sorry, I'm gonna travel a little bit just because we got our next class is starting up. So I'm still here, still with you. Any other questions?
I got one, Tom.
Oh, Dennis, go for it.
I work out right now a little bit with a 25-pound kettlebell.
Oh, great.
I do curls and some swings, things like that. I really want to get into push-ups.
Nice.
I'm talking what my goal is. You use some words to just hit a nerve in my brain. My goal is I want to do 100 push-ups a day.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Well, give me your opinion of that.
Sure. Well, here's what I want you to do. I want you to start small and scale down the traditional push-up to something that's more achievable. So maybe we start with something like a box push-up or a bench push-up. So you're not quite vertical on the ground. You're at a bit of an angle. So you have the support of your feet, and your legs can kind of help you through those reps. And I want you to start smaller numbers. Maybe go 20 on the first day, maybe 25 the second day, and then maybe drop down again to 20. And maybe on that second 20 day, we try and maybe change how close our feet are to the bench, or maybe we try and push them out a little bit, and we try and make our push-up a little bit more intense. And then as we get comfortable with that, maybe we raise that number again. We go 25, then 30. We bring it back down to 25, and we try and make that 25 a little bit more intense than the last time. And before you know it, you're going to be doing push-ups on your feet or on the floor like normal and repping them out. So start at a scaled position, even if you're on your knees to start. That's totally fine as well, right? Those box dips are a great way to work out those triceps as well. You have the support of your feet underneath you, and they're going to give you that same muscle coordination that you would need on a push-up as well.
Yeah. Well, I have started small with it. When I say small, what I try to do is 5 sets of 5, which
That's
is
perfect.
nothing. Well, I know, but here's the weird part. My form sucks. And I just keep working on it, I've read a lot. I've watched a lot on YouTube, I want to be able to get up all the way and down all the way. And down all the way that's the tough part.
Absolutely. Well, here's a nice thing too. When you do a push-up, the push-up is actually supposed to start from the ground. The top of the rep is not the extension of the arms, it's actually the bottom. That's actually the start of a rep. And so if you can put your chest on the ground to start, you're going to have to do nothing but press through that motion to raise up to the top. And what you can do is start that with on your knees, right? Start small on your knees there, and maybe even just work on going quarter of the way up. Maybe we don't even go the whole way up the rep. Here's my other advice for you. Do your push-ups in front of a mirror. You can go in front of a mirror and actually watch yourself do the push-ups. You may not like what you see right away, but you will learn, right? And you're going to learn so much more because you may feel a certain way, but not until you see it do you actually know what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
So if you watch yourself while you're working out, I often videotape myself in my workouts because I'll go back and say, oh, you know what, that form on that snatch wasn't very good, or I had a lot of trouble getting into my wheelchair at that point, and how can I clean that up for the next time? So if you can do that with your own self and really critique and give yourself some constructive feedback, that's where you're going to find the most benefit.
Yeah.
You totally got this, Dennis. I believe it, man. You can do it. I'm always around. I want to hear it. When you get your first 100, you let me know.
You got it. Thanks,
all right, man. Awesome. I did see a question. Daniel, you said, what made you decide to become a Paralympian? That is an awesome question. I have been so fortunate to have a personality that is very driven and committed. And growing up, like I said, I didn't have a lot of sports that were for adaptive individuals in my area. And so when I found swimming, it was the first time that I felt like, you know what, maybe I could compete in this. Maybe I could do more with this. And I was so lucky to have a coach who saw that same potential in me. And he never let me settle, never let me believe that my disability was going to hold me back or that I wasn't able to achieve anything. He simply told me, let's get up and let's do it. And it was that support and that drive that I had to find the best version of myself that, well, honestly, allowed me to get there. And I never thought that actually I would get to the Olympic Games. That was something that I thought was just a miracle to happen. But I'm so proud that it did happen, and I've learned so much about who I am and what I'm capable of just by that experience alone. Great question.
Hi.
Can I hear? Sorry, Hi.
Hi, it's Elizabeth. Hi.
Hi, Elizabeth. How are
Oh,
you?
man, I'm really excited to get to try to ask you this question. It's kind of complicated, okay?
That's okay. I'm ready for you.
Okay, awesome. So I have problems saying numbers. So it's 10 plus 4. That's since my disability, right? And I was basically paralyzed and bedbound, homebound for like 10 years or so. I am was originally an athlete. I originally used to like his goal. I'm sorry I didn't get your name. Who just said that? But I used to actually
Dennis.
do
His name is Dennis. Yeah.
I did 1,000 sit-ups every night. I was at the time of my accident. I was the fittest. I taught yoga. I did that several hours a day, and I weight trained every single day and hiked every day. To a person who instantly couldn't move at all.
That's a lot. Yeah,
And,
sure.
so now, however, I'm at my new level, and I'm they said I would never heal and I had no chance. And now I am moving. But my arms were the last.
So proud of you. That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Way to go.
But because of my diagnosis, I'm given no physical therapy because in the medical books, it doesn't heal.
Yep.
So I know my own body like I did all along. I knew I would. That athletic mentality, and
It's there.
humility.
Yep, I hear you.
But now I'm stuck, especially with COVID, because I have to quarantine. So I have a very, very limited space and absolute isolation. And my body's cramping beyond belief. I'm in agony because I'm not moving because I don't know how to start up. Do you have any? So it's a body that originally was an athletic body that turned into just almost not moving. And now it's ready to go, but I don't want to, do you have any suggestions of how to
no, that's a great question. And honestly, it leads a lot into my how I started in CrossFit, because I actually left swimming in 2015. I had been swimming for 12 to 13 years at that point, and I was getting ready for my first teaching job. I was actually a 6th grade math teacher for a few years before chasing my passions full on here. And in that year that I transitioned and was kind of getting ready for the classroom, I'm like, you know what, I should go and find a way to get some PT, because like you, my disability wasn't going to be fixed, and I literally ran out of PT sessions. My insurance wouldn't cover it anymore. And I went to a local chiropractor with just a look of, hey, can you help me just get some foundational exercises to help my body move and feel good? He was they were neighboring with the local CrossFit gym, who then just kind of took me in and said, let's get you with a trainer to do these exercises and make them feel good. And very soon enough, they're like, well, why don't we add some weights to it or do some pull-ups? And then next thing you know, here we are. For me, it was all about motor coordination, right? And it was very small things. So I'm at a point now where I'm happy I can actually do a full air squat. But when I started, I was just simply on my hands and knees, rocking back and forth. And it was nothing more than that to activate the abs, activate the hips, get those glutes to fire. And it was small, constant little movements like that I worked on escalating to a higher point. And I didn't move more than 10 square feet when I did any of those. So there's a lot of muscle coordination things that you can do, and maybe I can even talk to you afterwards to help you kind of get set up and get some things going to help your body feel like those neurons and muscles are working together.
Hey,
absolutely.
Thank you so much. Oh
my pleasure.
God.
Absolutely. And again, so proud of you. That's absolutely incredible. And don't let anybody tell you that you can't achieve anything. I take that to heart. So way to go, Liz. Way to go.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Yes. I did see a fantastic question. Helen, I think I kind of answered your question a little bit about CrossFit. It was one of those therapeutic reasons at first, but it evolved into this competitive lifestyle that apparently never left me when I left swimming. So, good question. Performax, my friends, my family asked, how do I stay mentally strong, especially during quarantine? Can I be honest? I don't, right? We all have our bad days. We have our days where this is terrible. I had a point where I was working 14 hours a day, and then one fateful day in March, I was working no hours a day for almost 8 weeks. I didn't know what to do with myself. I had nowhere to go, and it was very hard for me to find purpose in every single day. But I knew that I had an opportunity to make the most of each day, right? I could sit down and it was nice to relax here and there and just take a slow, easy day, but missing the social elements of life and missing the social elements of work and feeling accomplishing, that quickly faded, and that was hard. But what I found is that if I reached out to those around me and provided support and said, hey, how can I help you today? How are you today? What can I do for you? That gave me the same motivation that they may have needed in that same moment. And very quickly, I found myself between in this big social connection of Zoom calls every day. We got our swim team that I run. I'm actually now a full-time swim coach and CrossFit coach, and we got our swim team doing Zooms just like this 3 days a week, just to get them active, get them moving, and finding purpose to give back and make sure that those around me felt safe and comfortable during this time made me feel safe and comfortable. That's just kind of who I am. I've always been a very extroverted person and wanting to be out and be social and finding ways to make that still happen. I've been as happy as, before COVID. Not to say I'm a fan of COVID by any means, but, you just got to make each day feel like there's a goal that you can achieve and go to bed knowing that you achieve that at the best of your ability. It's awesome. Thanks, Performax. That's a great question. Any other questions, you guys? You guys have been fantastic. Thank you so much. I think I'm finally not sweating anymore, which is good. But I won't lie, I'm going to get ready to do another workout after this. So that's my life. That's where I'm at. Yes. Ooh, my favorite cool down recovery routine. That's a good one. In the summertime right now, I love just taking an easy stroll in the chair, right? Getting outside, getting the breath to calm down. I have a lot of monostructural machines like a ski erg or a rowing machine that are really nice and easy. But honestly, my favorite one, if I've got it close by and I can get there, I love swimming. Can't lie. My favorite recovery is just swimming nice and easy, feeling that coolness of the water, calm me down. If I'm still in the gym, some easy stretching, some easy relaxation, some constant mobility. So working on my ankle flexion, my knee flexion, making sure my shoulders are nice and loose and healthy for the next day. And as mentioned many times, hydrating, plenty of hydration and sleep. It's the number one secret weapon to any level of success is getting enough sleep every single day. Can't stress it enough. I used to be working so much that I would only get 5 hours if I was lucky. And now I've made it a commitment to get at least 8, maybe 9 hours a night. And my whole world has changed. I feel more productive than when I was working 12, 13 hours a day, even though I'm only working 8. Awesome. Awesome. Woo. Any other questions? Oh, Grace, hi.
I'm from California. So my question is, locally there's like the gym, like F45 that just opened, and they're doing outdoor workouts. But I know you said in the beginning you just show up, but I just don't know how to advocate for myself. I'm like a spinal cord injury, and I'm in that weird phase in the middle where, like, I'm being independent, but I'm probably gonna use wheelchairs for long distance, but keep being active with a walker.
Sure. No, that's awesome. And I appreciate you asking that question because I know that probably didn't feel comfortable asking that. So props to you. But here's the thing. With any healthy relationship, whether it's just in life, it's in the gym, with your friends, communication is number one. Let them know what you can do. Let them know what you can't do. Let them know what you need help with. Let them know what you feel like you have as a goal, right? Maybe it's daily things. Maybe it's fitness things. Give them your goals. Give them your opportunities that you're looking for, and they will work with you, right? But I've always told myself whenever somebody asks me, like, and they come up and just kind of abruptly say, what's wrong with you, right? Maybe we could ask it a little bit better, but I always say it's always better to ask than assume, right? And it's the same thing when you're talking to a coach. It's better for them to know exactly upfront from you what's important, what do they need to work on, how can they help you, rather than just trying to assume and make it happen every day in class. As a coach myself, when I don't know that from even my able-bodied athletes, I feel a little angsty and kind of like, how can I help you? What do I need to do? What can I do to help you? And if we have that upfront communication, it makes everything go so much smoother for everybody. So the biggest thing I can say about going to a gym for the first time is your ego needs to be left at the door, right? It's okay if you can't do things yet. It's okay if you can do something better than everybody else, right? You're there to make yourself better and get the best version of yourself to come alive while working in the community together. So you need that communication to make that happen. So don't be afraid to let them know what you need, and they'll be able to help you out. I promise you that.
Thank you.
Bet. Awesome.
I have a question.
Sure.
So I was born with spina bifida, and I've been in a wheelchair my whole life, and I did play wheelchair basketball for several years.
Awesome.
And I had both of my amputations, and I've gained a lot of weight since then, and I don't feel as strong. So when we were doing the dips, I didn't actually get out of my chair to do them because I'm afraid if I go down, I'm going to stay down.
That's okay. Sure.
Do you have any recommendations on anything that I can do to work up to getting to the point where I can do that exercise?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think some of the things is it's a whole system, right? It's all going to work together. And one of the biggest things is making sure that we're taking care of nutrition and we're taking time to make sure we're regularly active, right? A lot of our ability to gain strength is going to come from nutrition and making sure we're eating the right foods and eating healthy foods and whole foods, right? That's going to make the biggest change in allowing your body to readjust and making sure that when you do go and work out, your system's working in the appropriate way, right? I'll actually say that whenever I have anybody come into the gym and they want to say, oh, I want to gain a six-pack or I want to lose 30 pounds, I always ask, great, how's your nutrition, right? I ask them right away, when are you eating? What are you eating? How much of what are you eating, right? And it's a matter of scaling that first to make sure that your nutrition's dialed in. And when that is, no matter what you do fitness-wise, it's going to find its true benefit. Sometimes by eating the wrong foods or eating too much of it, that no matter how it would work out, right? If you go and run 20 miles as fast as you possibly can, right? You may not get the same benefit as if your body was naturally prepared for that based on the food that you put in, right? So make sure you're checking in with your nutrition, right? Get a nutritionist. Find somebody at a local gym, like a CrossFit gym like this, who has a background in nutrition to help you kind of build a meal plan for you. But then on top of that, continue to do dips like that in your chair are a great way. Grabbing lighter dumbbells and doing strict press overhead or isolating movements that work on those triceps are going to be super key to helping you feel like you can get in and out of your chair a lot quicker.
Okay. Thank you.
You bet, Audra. Thank you. Yes, skull crushers are a great one. Yep. Medical Jen, thank you. Yes, skull crushers where you take a dumbbell, put it behind your head, right? That's a great one and full extend. Wheelchair pushes are fantastic as well, right? All good stuff.
I just want to also say, for people who need individual consults, we have a full team of about 10 physical therapists and athletic trainers. So if you guys want to stop at the med tent and try a couple exercises supervised with someone from medical, you're welcome to do that. I put the link in the chat for everyone.
Awesome. Take advantage, everybody. If you came here, you have some sort of interest, so go do that. Help yourself out. That's awesome. You guys are awesome. I love it.